Mims in the center circle with Hill. We're underway this afternoon, and the Wildcats in the home whites will get the first possession here. Here's a look at the starting five. Wright, Rivera, Vincent, Hill, and Hubbard. It has been different almost every game for Brett Tanner and the Wildcats, as he has really wanted the hot five players in practice and in the last game in the starting lineup for the next one. Here's a look at the Aggies, as they will have Terrell, Rizesh, Jones, Mims, and Malonga, the starting five for Jason Hooten and New Mexico State. Defense, the name of the game for the Aggies. They're top 25 in almost every category when it comes to scoring defense. Points per game, field goal percentage, three-point percentage. Defense here at the rim. First shot by Mims is blocked. Second one is contested. It's out on the baseline, and it will go here to the Wildcats.
If we get down to the last possession in this ball game in the second half, Andy, this is going to be because of boards, offensive, defensive boards for both schools.
The Aggies with some full court pressure again. They want to really eat shot clock defensively. They'll eat up some shot clock in the backcourt. They hold their opponents to 64 points per game. That's 21st in the country. Joseph Vincent, the senior, will bust our scoreless tie.
Vincent is an Army's, a Swiss Army knife. I got that backwards. Vincent does a little bit of everything for the Wildcats. He's at 6'2". You'd have to, though.
Those are extra points for Joseph. He's a guy who's known for his defense and how he manages offense, gets the other players involved. Only 2.5 points a game for Joseph.
Yeah, well, I refer to him as an enzyme. He brings a lot of energy. No
doubt. Wildcats averaging 73.5 per game. Again, a win versus Pepperdine, 71-63. That on the road on Tuesday. It's an offensive foul here, illegal screen, Mashai Hill.
Yeah, you got to set that screen. You got to sit still, and you got to be patient if you're the ball handler. You got to let the screen set before you start moving. That's as much a mistake on the guard with the ball than it is from Mashai.
Of course, these two played last year in the Las Cruces. The Wildcats, the better of New Mexico State. Their first win versus the Aggies in their Division I era. As Jones downhill, shot fake, shot up, shot good. The leading scorer for the Aggies, his first two this afternoon. The transfer from Cal State Bakersfield. Right back is Hill, and blocked out of bounds. Coach, let's take a look at our keys to the contest today, ACU New Mexico State.
Well, lighting up the score is going to be one thing, and then value in possessions is another, but the defensive intensity for both schools, for both teams, and the rebounding will be key to this game.
You heard Roman mention the Wildcats tops in the country, the top tier in the country in offensive rebounds. New Mexico State on the other end, defensive rebounds. Both teams are well above rebounding margin. New Mexico State at 7.5. The Wildcats at almost 10, almost plus 10 in the rebound margin.
I'm going to be watching Jones to see if he scores off the ball or if he scores with the ball. You don't find too many point guards that score 16 a game the way he scores 16.
Mims another touch, strong off the glass. There's Braden Hubbard again, the preseason first team All-WAC, the leading scorer for the Wildcats. Hill back to the basket, squares it up. The baby hook, he left it short.
They need more of that. You know, anytime you can get in there and show numbers, you've got to reward your post player because he's showing numbers.
As Malonga puts it on the floor. If that's on Hill, that's his second. And already early foul trouble here, Coach, for the front court of the Wildcats.
Yeah. Those are always going to be blocks this year. They've changed that rule. We've talked about that on every broadcast nearly, that they've taken away the decisions. It's not really a gray area anymore.
Cade Horniker, the 7-foot senior out of Amarillo, the transfer from Southern Illinois, will come in, and Hill will get a breather. We're not going to see Hill much in this second half. Jones a three in the corner.
Yes, I made the comment about Jones to see how he was going to score. He showed me.
Only a 28% three-point shooter, but you have to respect it. As Rivera tries to answer and can't.
Yana Rivera's going to have to step up, and he has the last 3-4 games. He's shooting better three. Golly, Bo.
Lob pass to Mims. Horniker got turned around and lost Mims. It's an alley-oop. And Julius Mims, the 6'9".
He's going to turn his back.
That's Hubbard who got caught in the pick and roll, had his back to the basket.
You know how to remedy that? You just have to talk. You have to know where everyone is on the floor at the same time.
This is the first true road game for New Mexico State. They played in a holiday tournament down in the Caribbean. And Mexico's backdoor cut to Van Zandt.
Good set
bonus
play.
point.
Good set play. You probably run 4 across it from the elbow extended. Bring everyone out of there so that you can get that thing clean.
Jones wide open. That's too easy.
Yeah, he's no reason that's a good reason why he's picked first team.
Been in double figures all 7 games. He's been 20+ twice. He's off to a great start this afternoon with 8 of the first 10 for the Aggies. Rich Smith also in, loses it. Up ahead, Razesh. A look at a 3 in transition.
You got to run. You got 3 on 2.
Numbers. Smith. Back to Rivera. No chance to finish at the rim. Rivera decides to set up half-court offense. And you're right, transition opportunities today might be few and far between. Van Zandt, the hot hand early. Add to it. He's got all 8.
This might be his day. That's something you don't normally see out of Van Zandt.
A guy, Joseph Van Zandt, 3 years at Liberty, his 2nd year here at ACU. His career high in points is only 13, but he has the first 8 today. Jones already in double figures.
Wow. Take you off the dribble, lean into you. Strong move.
And a Wildcat turnover. A whistle and an offensive foul call. They'll catch Mims with an illegal screen. It'll take it. Did battle back in the WAC. He's had success here against the Cats. Closing in on 300 victories in his career at 297 to enter the day.
You know, I've known Jason Hooten 30 years. And he did most of his cutting his teeth with Lon Reisman at Tarleton.
That player at Tarleton has up and under, and the bucket for Joseph Scott, the 6'9" junior. Yeah, Brett Tanner yesterday in visiting with Coach Tanner talked about the relationship of he and Coach Hooten. He said we'd see each other not only in the gym, but we'd see each other in recruiting trails and all sorts of things. And he said there was a time there, of course, Coach Tanner, an assistant at Stephen F. Austin before ACU, said there'd be a time where Coach Hooten and I would walk in the gym or walk in the school or the cafeteria after the same recruit, and we knew whoever got this recruit would probably win the conference. If we won this recruit, we'd win the conference.
That was back when Tanner had hair. He was just a pup. Now, Jason Hooten's a fine coach, learned from some really good people.
His 3rd season here at New Mexico State. Has the trend line going the right direction for the Aggies. A whistle and a travel here is Kyrese Mullen, a shuffle of the feet.
That's excellent defense by Hubbard. It's hard to move Hubbard. He probably weighs about 235, 240. And you go body to body with Braden, it's hard to move him.
3 turnovers apiece for both teams. Of course, both teams pride themselves, again, defensively. The Wildcats, year in and year out, are in that top tier of turnovers and steals on the defensive end. This pass deflected into the backcourt. Shot clock at 10. Smith will have to create. Pulls from 15 and got it. That's a clutch shot, Rich Smith.
And an Academy Award. No, that was a good shot. He had to create. You're right. That's a good call. He did have to create. We got inside 10. on a shot clock.
And Brett talked about Rich yesterday. He said he's looking for opportunities to score where he didn't a year ago. Long rebound. It's loose in the paint. There's Van Zant. Right place, right time. Chance to run.
There's your
extra pass to Smith. Smith gets popped in the eye. He'll be tended to.
You know, when you get into transition, if you were coaching these teams, transition, you're take them as deep as you can and bunch the defense up back on the baseline as much as you can, because their recovery, like 15, 20 feet, you get a lot of you get better looks that way.
Jones the foul, a swipe of Smith in the face. Rich still trying to shake the cobwebs, clear some vision, and go ahead and make the substitution as Rivera will replace Smith on the floor. We'll see Zy Wright for the first time. He wears number 0, the 6'9" junior for the Wildcats. Augustine Ekwe also in.
Very physical, very physical.
Here's a look at that Smith bucket from a minute ago. And again, Brett Tanner talked about Rich is starting to find ways to score. Last year, defenses wouldn't guard him 15 feet out because he was looking to facilitate. And that was a major conversation in the offseason with Rich. You have to be a scoring threat just to open up opportunities for your teammates.
Yeah, if you're watching when Smith has the ball, they're going behind the high screen. They're going behind when he has the ball because he's not much of a threat to shoot the ball.
Fouls are adding up on the Aggies here early. Rivera with space, a jump stop and a pull-up from the free throw line. Yanni coming off a 14-point night at Pepperdine, 4 threes, a career high. A look for Elliott in the corner, left it short. ACU on a 6-0 run since our media timeout. They've done it without the offensive services of Braden Hubbard. Ball will stay with the Wildcats. Timeout.
An enjoyable evening, but with both the team and the students. Guys, over to you.
Yeah, good stuff, Roman. You still have some marshmallow on your face, Roman, just so you know. I don't know how many s'mores that was, but good stuff getting the students part of this basketball program. Wildcats on a 6-0 run with possession of the basketball. And they've done it without Braden Hubbard, who has yet to score this afternoon. 3 here off the mark for Wright.
It's been a real nice run for Wildcats. Haven't been down. They're up by 2 now, but now they're down by 1. I jinxed them. But good for the Aggies.
Mullen the 3 in the corner, his first triple of the year. Not a 3-point shooter. Averages 4.5 a game, but again, his first from deep.
Good defense. They're very physical.
Wildcats stagnant in their offensive set. Newton has 8 on the shot clock. A look at a 3. The southpaw left it short. And a jump ball will stay with the Wildcats. What do you like thus far offensively in the execution of the Wildcats?
Well, I was going to make a comment about Scott. You know, you made a comment during the pregame and then just having conversation that Coach Tanner's playing the kids that show him a lot during practice.
Right.
He's had a lot of different lineups. Scott must have been showing him something. He's come in and made two really good positive plays. But I like the way they execute. It's just so physical right now.
Yep. Scott, the junior out of Baltimore, his first year here with ACU. Rivera, extra pass, wide open is Wright.
Yeah, that right there, if you can get into the paint, get a paint touch, and then get an assist out of that'll drive Coach Hoover crazy.
Wright, the junior, the transfer from UT Permian Basin out in Odessa. He's familiar with West Texas, kind of in between Las Cruces and Abilene. Mullen, he made one a moment ago. He'll make his second. Those are extra points for New Mexico State.
And they're set shots, Andy. You know, you got to close out on those.
Aggies on Tuesday versus South Alabama, 49 points off the bench. Bench outscored the starters on Tuesday. Mullen is trying to make that happen again. Rivera, right side. Got it in a whistle.
A 3 plus 1.
Chance for a 4-point play.
You know, you make mention of the fact, well, let's watch the 3 and drawing the foul. Good dish, good assist. That's just good basketball right there. You made mention of the fact that New Mexico State, 49 points off their bench. Let's put that relative to what their bench looks like. It's like Wesley Court. They've got a lot of seniors on this team.
A deep roster, 15 on the roster. 2 of those are grad students, 6 of those are seniors. So when you talk about the experience on the floor, you're talking about guys 4, 5, 6 years deep in their career.
I mean, these guys shave.
That's something that yours truly can't say very often.
Well,
Vincent down the baseline into a double team, and he's fouled. ACU's hit 5 of their last 7.
well, I guess they smell blood because they're trying to go off the dribble. Watch him take the baseline, draw the foul right there. They're going to win the game at the free throw line if they keep getting into that position.
That is the 6th foul on New Mexico State, so it's bonus the rest of the way. Backdoor cut, Vincent, he's in double figures. Already a season high for Joseph Vincent. He's got 10 here in the first half.
Now, I'll tell you what right now, Jason Hooten, nice shot. Hooten on that inbound, someone wasn't paying attention and scout.
Rivera with a screen. Vincent thought he was about to pull it again. He'll give it up. Christian Alston, reverse down the baseline.
Oh, wow, big time move right there. Good reverse spin.
And a Jason Hooten timeout. Not pleased with the dribble defense. That's back-to-back trips. Vincent down the other baseline drew a foul. Alston.
That was their 4th game in 4 days.
Yeah, running out of legs that day. New Mexico State got the automatic bid. Coach, 12 for ACU in the paint thus far.
Yeah, and they're getting it off frozen rope passes from penetration and taking the baseline away from the Aggies.
You're talking about 12 points in the paint. Braden Hubbard is still scoreless. Mashai Hill is in foul trouble. Only played 2 minutes. He's scoreless. Cade Horniker hasn't been on the floor much. So it's penetration to get into the paint. Mullen an offensive rebound. He's fouled, and free throws here for the Aggies.
Which is what they do well. The Aggies do really well on the offensive board. Boards would be the name of their game.
It's the foul on Smith. And again, we'll send Kyrese Mullen to the line. Nice start for the 6'7" senior. Out of Norfolk, Virginia, started his career at Hampton, played there for 3 seasons. 57 games started in his time at Hampton.
You know, it's interesting. We have the NBA, the NFL, we have the WNBA, we have the NIL. You know, and that's a new category for me is the NIL. Who can you buy?
Well, I saw a stat, and it's probably similar all throughout the country.
Yeah.
It said 94% of New Mexico State's scoring is gone from a year ago.
Oh, wow.
But that's probably pretty fair to say for most places.
Yeah, but to go 6-1.
Yep. Coach Hooten put it together in a hurry. Alston short on a 3. Randall on the backside. It's off the baseline. But last touch by Vincent, and the Aggies will have possession.
Yeah, Vincent needs a saddle. I thought they were going to give the ball to ACU.
Jones started hot for the Aggies. He's still perfect from the field, 4 of 4. But has not scored in about 6 or 8 minutes. As Randall misses at the rim, and it's a defensive rebound. Let's see if Hubbard gets going. He'll get a step on Mims, too strong on the layup. Transition for the Aggies. The lob to Mims, knocked away. Mullen feeling good.
Wow.
Blocked by Scott.
Good block. Good block by Scott. But a good take. Go back to penetration right now has been their game. Drawing the foul, taking a gap. There's a cut.
Austin changes directions.
Austin's looking for that gap.
6 on the clock.
There's
Hubbard with a lane, a jump stop. He'll finish this time.
Yeah, you're calling it a lane. I'm calling it a gap. I'm not a dentist.
And it takes 14 minutes, 13 and a half for Braden to get on the scoreboard, but he has his first 2. Jones extra pass. Mullen the hot hand. Long this time. Mims all alone underneath. Good find by Jones.
Sometimes you can be too open. Look what I found.
Poked away. Will stay with the Wildcats. This one's poked away by Elliott.
Quick hands.
Of course, the Wildcats at 6 and 3. Brett Tanner had said we really haven't overachieved. We haven't underachieved. I think we've done what most people would anticipate we would have done 9 games in.
Well,
the win versus Pepperdine, the West Coast Conference, a win versus UTSA out of the American. So
two good wins, quality wins, but the bugaboo for the Cats has been shooting. If you take away the points in the games that were gimmies, their shooting percentage is pretty low.
Of course, a few wins on the Division III level, games that they took care of here on the home floor. Jones gets a screen top of the key. Jacoby Osborne on the baseline. 5 on the clock. Elliott will square it up. Second chance. Jones the offensive rebound. Whistle.
That's a block.
And a block call here on Zy Wright. Brett Tanner disagrees with the call.
Well, you know, if we run that back again, his feet were set, but you're moving with him. You've got to give him his space. These guards are perfecting that move to draw that foul. They're dipping their shoulder and moving somebody around. It's deceptive.
Jones with a mismatch here on Horniker. Step back 3. Offensive rebound again. That's back-to-back possessions with offensive rebounds and free throws here for the Aggies.
Which is what New Mexico State does. They do this as bad as anybody in the nation. Offensive boards.
And that comes down to 1, execution of blocking out defensively, but 2, effort for the Aggies to get to the brim.
Well, it eliminates transition.
Yep.
If I can get a second shot at demean you, I cut your heart out.
It's Jalen Randall, the 6'5" senior. The transfer from Southern Indiana. He's just shy of 10 points a game this year. Scored 21 on Tuesday versus South Alabama. That's season high.
You know, they really have an outstanding team as far as distributing their ego. They don't walk into a game with their ego, evidently, because they're 6-1. And the one game that they lost by 2 on a neutral floor. So this really is their first road game.
The team picked 3rd in Conference USA. It's Liberty, the preseason favorite, the heavy favorite, CUSA. Kennesaw State picked 2nd, but the Aggies right behind in 3rd. They finished last year 5th in Conference USA, 17-15, 10-8 in the conference. 5 on the clock. Hubbard, right wing, that's long. Offensive board, right. Blocked at the rim, but second chance for the Wildcats.
Good second chance by Zy Wright getting in there. Boom, foul. That's how you win a lot of games, second shots.
A new shot clock here for ACU. Whistle away from the basketball. It will be free throws for the Wildcats on team foul number 7. Chris Terrell caught a hold, I believe, of Hubbard. And Braden to the charity stripe.
And now for the Wildcats is number 10,
I'm watching Jason give the referee a. He didn't even pay for that information. He just gave it to him free. Jason is quite the coach, a good man. He stayed at Sam Houston for so long as an assistant and then as a head coach.
Never made the NCAA tournament at Sam Houston. Had some great teams.
Yeah, he did. Won 20 games several times.
Numerous times. But could not get the Southland Conference Championship in the automatic bid. Made the NIT multiple times, the CIT a few times.
Yeah.
I think he's got a roster to compete for it this year. 2-for-2 trip for Hubbard.
Well, everything's changed. The whole landscape's changed with the NIL and the transfer portal.
Aggies are 1 for their last 10 from the field.
Good pressure by the Wildcats.
Jones trying to create space. The double team stays. Extra pass, Osborne in the corner. ACU is forcing anyone but Jones to take shots.
Yeah, and it's working. Those are, you have to learn to pick your poison, but you cannot give up the second shot because they'll get into this right here.
Jones downhill. Off the hand of Rivera, just 2.5 on the shot clock. Timeout though on the floor. The Wildcats hanging on to a 5-point lead. 3.5 to go, first half. Just 3 on the shot clock for the Aggies. Desperation 3 left side, Randall, but he gets his own. New shot clock. Can't finish on the second chance.
Yeah, well, but they're getting second chances. More possessions.
Mexico State 8 of 26, 31%. The Wildcats are at 50%, 11 of 22. Free throws here for the Wildcats.
As intense as New Mexico State is with their defense, it's amazing that they're getting taken off the dribble on the baseline. Now they've got Hubbard shut down pretty well. He's not been much of a factor.
This guy has been the factor here in the first half. As you can see, just a little over 3 points a game. He's already with 10, left the free throw short. We'll see mass substitutions for both squads. Aggies are doing their thing on the offensive glass. They have 9 offensive rebounds, but second chance points have been hard to come by. Just 5 second chance points off 9 offensive rebounds. 0 for 2 trip, it's dry. Bodies on the floor. Look at the hustle, it'll stay with ACU.
Hot potato. No one wanted that. Well, everybody wanted that ball, but wow, good hustle. I like the officiating. They're letting them play. It's very physical.
Rivera out of Benzant. Hubbard with 7 to work with. Braden bodies up, strong again with the left hand, and now Braden the foul.
Trying to force the issue right there. He's trying to get going, lather up.
That's his first. It's team foul number 6.
But you see where he got his foul was he found a lane, he took it in there and found a gap and went in. And that's not New Mexico State's cup of tea. Generally, they're much better than that.
Who is the scoring threat in this 5? That's the question here for the Aggies. Terrell will try to do it off the dribble amongst the trees, able to draw a foul.
Yeah.
Free throws coming here for Chris Terrell.
You know, if you're a guard and you're going against someone 6'9", you might as well go ahead and try to pump fake because you're going to have to be adjustable with your shot. And if you do get in trouble, and you're probably already in trouble, you just turn around and pitch the ball out and get the ball back.
Team leader in steals, Chris Terrell. the transfer from Delta State. He played 2 seasons there at Delta State. He's a guy that could score. He averaged 21 a game last year at Delta State.
Delta State's had a nice program for a long time down there in Mississippi.
He calls Horn Lake, Mississippi his hometown. This feels like a big 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
ACU's played really well, especially defensively here in the first half, but can they hang on to it and take the lead to the halftime break? Hubbard, deep 3, got it.
There you go.
When you have to guard that 20 feet from the bucket, that's going to open up some driving lanes.
Well, they've already tested the driving lanes. Yeah, you're right, though. It'll open up some good shots for the other 4.
And as we visited with Coach Tanner yesterday, he talked about Braden and just said, what do you like? What's been the next step of his game? It said he has to understand that he's on the top row of the scouting report now. He's the first guy listed on the scouting report. Last year, wasn't necessarily thought about in that way. So now knowing that the other schools, the other teams are scouting him so well, he still has to be aggressive, creative, get his teammates involved, but also find ways to score.
Well, we'd played, the Wildcats had played 2/3 of the season last year before Braden started showing up, and he all of a sudden he vaulted himself into double digits, became the X factor when they had to guard other people. But now, Coach Tanner's right. Of course he's right. He does scout reports, but he's a 1A.
Up to 7. He started quiet, but he's up to 7.
A real quiet 7.
Yep. Jones still stuck on 10. Jones scored 10 of the first 12 for the Aggies, but has not scored since. Pick and roll, nobody rolled. It's a turnover. Turnover number 5 here in the half. It's been a clean first half as far as taking care of the basketball.
Well, I've been happy the way the referees have let them play, and both coaches, both benches, all the players, none of them responding by complaining. They're just playing through fouls, playing through physicality. I like that. You know, you've got to bring your practice to the game, and this is the way both teams practice.
It's been a stoppage in play here, just sweat down on the floor as bodies went flying. So let's get a look at it there. Our great game day crew taking care of cleaning up the floor for us. ACU took the lead midway through this first half. They've led by as many as 6 at 24-18. Kind of played basket for basket ever since. Whistle to travel here as Ekwe shuffled the feet.
That's a good call. Let's watch his feet. Yeah, that's a walk. There's no contact.
I think he wanted to put it on the deck, but there was no room. There were hands and feet everywhere, and didn't have a chance to recollect his feet.
With that, and I think the worst thing you can do if you're 6'10" is put the ball on the deck.
Boy, no doubt.
In a crowd.
Smith with a step. Hubbard has it poked away, but run down in the corner. Newton against the shot clock with some space. That's clutch.
A nice answer right there. That is clutch.
That's a very disjointed possession that ends with a prize at the end of it.
Yeah, Honecker had the shot. He's going to have to look to score.
We've gone under 60 seconds here in the first half.
They're just beating the heck out of one another.
Terrell misses the shot. Now about a 6-second difference. Game clock and shot clock. Brett Tanner wants the timeout. He wants to take care of this last possession here. As ACU has now tied their largest lead in the first half, 33-27.
Yeah, but substitution, they're going to go to the 3.
New Mexico State 0 for their last 7 from the floor. And Coach, I tell you, it's just been a half of I think it's been defensively, 33-27, and what the Wildcats have done defensively, it really stands out more than offensively.
It could be the first team to get to 60 wins this game, right? Because they're boxing each other out pretty good all over the place. And we're having collisions. We're not having screens. We're having collisions at the top of the key.
Okay, so Brett Tanner calls the timeout. He wants one solid possession here to end the half. What's the conversation for this final possession?
They're going to run some screens, and they're going to find a shooter, three-point shooter. I didn't say who was substituting in for the Wildcats, but he's going to sub a shooter in.
You called it Isaac Dye, the 6'2 freshman. 35% from deep. We'll get this final possession. About a 6-second difference, game clock and shot clock. Smith will milk the shot clock down. Terrell in his hip pocket.
They brought everybody out in a 1-4 set, roll them around. Here comes a double screen stagger.
Newton looks for a roll. They'll get it to Hubbard. Braden to the baseline. A spin, left hand, miss, but he'll go to the line and shoot two.
That was excellent. That was excellent. 1-4 set with some screens, some staggers, and then he takes you off the dribble. Watch it take him off the dribble here. Watch. Weight room, weight room, weight room, weight room.
With light feet, too.
Yeah.
Great footwork on the spin.
He's a very strong kid. Good possession for the Wildcats.
You're talking about a guy in Braden Hubbard, a former All-American on the junior college level.
Yeah.
Connor State. Closing in on double figures. After a quiet start, he's up to 9. Final 5 seconds. Jones will get a look. Stop from 15. Left it short. 29 in the first half, 28%. ACU over 50%, 13 of 25. Wildcats will extend some defense. New Mexico State takes advantage. The slam from Alonga.
Yeah, that's good ball movement. You have to reverse the ball on that. Get out. Don't get into trouble. And if you're in trouble, don't stay in trouble.
And Zant with 10. Hubbard had 9 in the first half, 6 for Rivera. Braden will miss the first shot. Mashai Hill, who you see back on the floor, barely played in that first half. 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes, and that was it. Back-to-back buckets for the visitors to start the second half.
That is a good start for the Aggies. Guess what we talked about at halftime, Andy? We're going to the hole.
Terrell a little hop in the step, finishes at the rim. Hubbard downhill again. Tries to force contact. It's knocked out of his hands.
The gap that was there in the first half is the same gap that Hubbard's going down in the second half. And that's going to be doomsday for New Mexico State if they don't clutter that up.
Rivera look on the baseline.
Very aggressive.
And again, the pick and roll, a foul at the rim. Hard foul on Mims. He'll go to the free throw line.
Watch this alley-oop. And he had to extend just to catch the ball and then tried to throw the ball down a la Duke Grant Hill.
6'9", a wingspan of that and then some.
Yes.
For Julius Mims. The transfer from Idaho.
I really believe Coach Hooten had to talk to him about effort. We talked about effort, you and I, earlier during the timeout. I think Chris Beard at Mississippi had a really nice press conference about effort. You need to watch that sometime.
First 5 of the second half for New Mexico State. That foul was on Mashai Hill, so he continues to stay in foul trouble. Now his third and back to the bench. See for the first time Joseph Scott here in the second half. Hand check here on Mims.
It's more like a handcuff. Boy, they are physical out on the perimeter. You get on an island like that with a referee, he's going to catch you every time.
Mims now his third foul. First Aggie with 3 fouls today. Smith with a step. Finishes well with the left hand.
He can stretch. He can really, really stretch.
That's great body control.
Yes.
Use of the left. Of course, Rich, his second year here at ACU, 7.5 points a game. Transfer from St. Thomas Aquinas College. Jones squares it up and hits.
Yeah.
That's with Denzant in his face.
Yeah, he's getting some help, though, with a lot more aggressive play by his point guard.
Hubbard a 3. He's hit 1 today, but not that one.
Yeah.
Jones, a guy from New Mexico State who's been a scorer his entire career. As Mims fouled and more free throws coming. But Jones, a guy, he was the Junior College National Player of the Year 2 years ago. Scored 50-plus twice during his days on the JUCO level. Aggies made the NCAA tournament. Actually beat UConn in the first round of that NCAA tournament.
You know, they had years in there when McCarthy was their coach.
Yep.
And they had so many transfers, junior college transfers, and really they found a home in Las Cruces. They did really well. They'd make deep runs into the tournament.
Really dominated the WAC in their 2 decades of the WAC.
It's interesting that they've already beaten UNM, New Mexico, which is a fantastic win in the state of New Mexico. But they're in the same league with UTEP and Joe Golding.
Former Wildcat coach, now in his 5th season with the Miners there in El Paso. That'll be a fun run in Conference USA this year. Liberty, the heavy favorite. 3 in the corner for Rivera.
Yeah, that Rivera coming on like that is just, that's gold. Pure gold.
Brett Tanner spoke so highly of Yanni. Just stay in the course. He's been the traditional college athlete. He's been here since his college career started. He trusted the process. He matured. He built his body. He starts to understand the game that much better, and now he's reaping the rewards of that. As Terrell has one all the way around fall out. Of course, Yanni again coming off career high 4 threes versus Pepperdine Tuesday.
Yeah, a little ball reversal here. Come the other way with it. There you go. Reverse it. Don't you think about that?
Scott thought about it. He heard you here on the press row. And now a whistle and an offensive foul call. They'll call an illegal screen on Scott.
Oh, Scott.
Yeah, legal.
Yeah, he rolled too quick.
Yeah, kind of a pick and roll, and he rolled.
That's the one thing about screen and roll basketball. You have to wait. If you're the screener or if you're the ball handler, you have to wait for the screen to get there. If you get there at the same time, that's a block every time.
Mullen, his first appearance of the second half. He has it left wing. Horniker back in for the Wildcats, as is Sebo Newton. Pick and roll ball off the mark and a chance to run. 3-on-2. Newton leads the break. Up strong left side. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, you have got to go to the hole. You have to make an attempted shot every time now, as long as that rule is the way that it is.
Haven't had many opportunities in transition today, but Newton attacks well and gets to the charity stripe. The 6'3" sophomore from Ruston, Louisiana, the transfer from line in that 12-5 matchup. That was one you always took the 12 New Mexico State.
Oh, yeah, always. Well, that was a McCarthy. That's when I got started with Coach McCarthy.
Yeah. Dominant there in that Western Athletic Conference.
But 12 was almost equivalent to like 16 now, because there were only 48 teams, I believe, back in the day.
That continues to expand up to 68 now.
Yeah.
At the play-in games. Coach, one of our keys today was take care of the basketball. ACU only 6 turnovers thus far, 24 minutes deep.
Well, and only 5 for New Mexico State, I believe, and that's 11 possessions that they've given up. pretty efficient.
It's really been a matter of shooting the ball for the Aggies. It's been ice cold today. Jones will turn it over here.
Walk.
Right shuffle to feed it.
Yeah,
Just after that,
bit,
both teams have turned it over.
Yeah. Well, we jinxed them. Watch him shuffle his feet. Yeah. Well, we didn't get to see much of that, but anyway, he did.
The Aggies, who started hot to start the second half, now a scoring drought of 2+ minutes. Pulled within 3, but the last 4 points have gone to ACU. Pickens a step, then Zant with body contact. He's called for the foul.
Yeah, if you if they get a little guy like that, you can't tell on television how big that kid's thighs are, but if you let a little guy like that with thighs like that,
yeah.
Robert Newhouse thighs, they'll kill you. They've got you on their hip. That's where they want you. They can move you around.
Pickens his first point. Get a look there, Jalen Randall, who checks back in here. Razesh will check out. It's been a quiet afternoon for Razesh, has yet to score. Lane violation and another chance here for Pickens, who missed the second.
Lane violation on the Wildcats. Pickens with another shot.
Turns into a 2-for-2 trip. No pressure here for the Aggies again to eat some shot clock in the backcourt.
Good match right here. Rivera, they're going to take him a little bit. They're trying to expand him a little bit, make him use up some of his energy. He is a good three-point shooter. He's worked his way in. As you said, he's a traditional student. What we used to call a traditional student.
You don't see those guys who started their career end them at the same place very often anymore. That's current trajectory here for Rivera, who gets a step, missed it. A tip by Horniker into the lap of Rivera and a second chance.
They're going to need more of those.
That's an offensive rebound you don't get very often, laying on your backside.
No.
Zant now fouled. Coach Hooten disagrees with that call.
Jason disagrees with a lot of things. Look at it. Give me my water.
Rich Smith will give Rivera a break. Rich, backdoor cut to Vincent, extra pass Horniker, but can't finish. Late whistle and another foul on Ekwe.
Yeah, that's great execution. The decoy came down. Van Zant was the decoy, I believe. Grabbed everyone's attention.
A great extra pass across the paint.
That's by design, I think.
Now the 7-foot junior at the free throw line, left it short. Brett said Cade played his best game of his ACU career on Tuesday versus Pepperdine. He's been nagging injuries ever since he got here. Well,
he ended the summer with some shin splints.
Yeah.
And it knocked him out of workout. And so I was visiting with strength and conditioning coach, and he said he's 6 weeks behind.
And Brett thought that he played his most confident game as a Wildcat on the road there in Malibu on Tuesday.
Came from a really good high school coach.
Yeah, Jason Pillion there at Amarillo High.
Yes.
Turnover here by Smith, and he's fouled in the open floor. And the foul's starting to pile up on the Aggies. Already team foul number 6. Not bonus yet, but AC is going to shoot a lot of free throws.
You know what you do about fouling? If you foul too much, just start rebounding. That 50-50 ball is yours. Just rebound, and that's why they're pretty good at that.
And ACU, who saw the deficit shrink to 3, has a chance to tie their largest lead, which has been 8 today. But a turnover here as Mullins picks the pocket. Jones will push in transition. A lot of traffic missed it. Ekwe too strong as well.
You got nothing, you got nothing.
Yeah, no numbers for Smith. He'll set up the half-court offense.
There you go, there you well. He'll facilitate. One side of the floor was open for a moment.
Here's Newton, squares it up, three, left wing.
Wow, pretty.
Largest lead of the afternoon.
Contested shot too as well. Nice shot. That's why New Mexico State started the game.
Newton not a heavy three-point shooter, just 25% on the young season at 5 for 20. But big one here to stretch it out to 9.
Here comes a double screen.
Trying to get Jones active again. He's fouled. There's the foul on Wright. Again, Jones 10 of the first 12 today, but only 2 points since then. Started 4 for 4. He sits at 5 for 9. So there's one of his last 5.
I really think he's been extended with no one. He hasn't had a whole lot of help. That people that do what he do that can do what he does. But they didn't have any paint points either. Now that I think back about the stats.
Randall on a reverse, can't get it to go, but he'll get to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Handy, if both teams can score on inbounds, I don't think it's from a lack of people not paying attention in video watching. There's some really nice off the ball execution and screening going on if they're getting those shots going to the hole. That's good coaching. Both staffs.
And a 1 for 2 trip. Shy Hill has checked back in, again in foul trouble. Can't handle the pass down on the paint. Jones down the baseline, collects through the hands of Mims, and now a 3-on-1. Hubbard leads it. Smith has it stripped. Transition the other way. Jones a pull-up. Thought he had a chance there to attack Hill with 3 fouls, but decides to take the pull-up instead.
That's some of the first transition we've seen the whole game.
In a game won by the half-court defense of these two teams. Hubbard leads with an elbow, gets some space, hits from 10.
He leaned in there with some degree of authority now.
That will get Braden into double figures. He's been there every game this year. All 9 he's played in. Did not play in the opener versus McMurray back early November, but ever since, 9 in a row in double figures. Chance to run again after the strip. Newton will challenge and finish with the left hand.
Yeah, you have to go to the hole.
Defense to offense and a 12-point Wildcat lead. And a Jason Hooten timeout.
Wow.
Isaac's been a great addition here to this Wildcat program his freshman season. Went crazy earlier this year versus Southwest Adventist at 20 points. Everybody heard the name Isaac Dye early in his career. Great relationship. Of course, this is all about relationships. The fraternity of the basketball world is something special.
But athletics in general. You have to have good chemistry.
Wildcats led by 8 at half. Aggies started the second half hot, pulled within 3, but ACU has stretched it now out to double digits.
You know, about the only way that New Mexico State's been able to score in the last 4 or 5 minutes, because ACU went on a 10-3 run, is at the free throw line. Good ball movement right here.
7 of 10 at the stripe here in the second half. Turnover here as Alston shuffled the feet.
Yeah.
I think for New Mexico State, you break this down into 3 segments the rest of the way, from 12 to 8, 8 to 4, and 4 to the finish, and chip away within each of those 3 4-minute segments.
Yeah, you're right with, but I'm going to tell you, it's about the rebounding. If you've got foul trouble or shot trouble, shooting's bad, you can always rebound. You don't have a ball in your hand, you don't have anything to worry about.
Elliott, step back, hits from 15. 8.5 a game, Elliott, his first 2 this afternoon. Back to single digits. Newton, errant pass, but tipped out of bounds. It will stay with ACU. 12 on the shot clock.
Okay, I just thought he threw it out.
Yeah, I didn't see the tip.
I thought he saw Tony Malden over there was throwing the ball to him.
Jones still the only Aggie in double figures with 12. Mullen with 8, Mims also with 8. Hubbard a 3, left it short.
Yeah.
Hubbard with 11, then Zant all 10 of his in the first half, still stuck on 10. Skip pass, Rizesh hits a 3, left side.
Yeah, they're coming alive.
It's a 7-0 run to pull back within 5.
Who said they can't score?
Trying to string it together with stops on the defensive end. Newton, open left corner, answers the 3.
A good team will do that, they'll answer. Pretty good game, Danny.
Good execution of half-court offense to get Newton a look in the corner. Malonga right back.
I like it when 7-foot guys can play like they're 7 foot.
Easy catch, leave it high, finish at the rim.
Yes.
Hill, pick from behind. Elliott trying to collect on the far sideline and can't do it.
Yeah.
Great awareness just to come behind Hill on the first dribble.
Yeah.
Makes a little contact with the official far side. Could not obtain possession on that far sideline.
The Wildcats, they'd better talk on that high screen. He's going to do that again.
Hubbard a catch, works on Mims. Tough jump stop, gets it to go.
There you go. Wow. Very powerful move.
That's called 6'5", 235 right there.
And he took him off the dribble again. If you're 6'5" and you're 240, and you've got your shooting hand free because you're bumping with your left, that's a good move. Strong move.
The foul on Mims, his 4th. And the 6'9" forward will have to check out with foul trouble. Again, just Mims just not established, and Hubbard creates the contact, draws the foul. And Braden's found a way to 14.
Yeah. Almost to his average.
16 and a half. Elliott one-on-one with Smith into the paint. Rivera gets it. Smith ahead of the defense. Throw it down with 2 hands.
Yeah, that's good defense right there. You can't be careless with the basketball. New Mexico State, they need to talk as well on the screens.
Boy, that's a hustle play.
Yeah. And you're not going to out-quick Smith.
Rizesh misses his target. It's another turnover. Here comes Smith again. Can't finish this time.
Well, they're letting him play, aren't they?
Rizesh on a shot fake. Gives it up on the inside, but knocked away.
Wow.
Possession to the Wildcats.
Now that is physical. They're going up and down the floor. Here comes the dunk. But New Mexico State responds after this dunk with some half-court execution. and force ACU into a turnover, and then they give it back.
And just when New Mexico State pulls within 5, the Wildcats answer, push it back to double digits. ACU 6 of their last 8 from the field now. And a foul will send Hubbard back to the charity stripe. The Aggies, to start this week, there were 25 undefeateds left in NCAA Division I. They were one of the 25. Of course, they lost on Tuesday to South Alabama. Just in a week, that number's gone from 25 to start the day today, 15. So 10 of those went down. That Sam Houston team was in Stillwater earlier this week, took on Oklahoma State, who's an undefeated team. And Bearcats gave the Cowboys all that they could handle. OSU did win down the stretch. Oklahoma State, one of 4 Big 12 teams that are still undefeated. California Baptist was the last of the WAC schools without a loss. They started this week undefeated, but have dropped 2 this week to Big 12 foes, Colorado and BYU. Here's a foul on the inside after Mullen can't finish at the rim, and a frustration foul for Kyries. Will walk the floor and shoot free throws.
That's got to be frustrating if you're the Aggies. They've been able to take ACU off the dribble a little bit, but they haven't been able to finish.
Yep.
Now everything's been contested on both ends of the floor, for sure. But they're just not. They're not finishing.
Only 12 points in the paint today for the Aggies. And granted, they have been to the free throw line 18 times, 14 of 18 from the stripe. But outscored in the paint right now by 10 at 22-12. Terrell works downhill. Tough shot with the left hand. Ekwe can't collect.
Boy, hey, can he stretch?
Yeah.
Watch this stretch. Whoa.
And right into your living room. Watch out.
A little full court pressure, probably token.
Aggies starting to think about extending defense, try to create some extra possessions with the turnover. Pickens almost the steal, leaves Smith open on the back door, but Smith can't make the catch.
Man, it has been physical.
Ekwe out of bounds as he collected the loose ball. And Coach Tanner in our conversation talked about that. He goes, we have not been physical enough this year. What's been the downside? That's what he'd say. We're struggling against tough, physical teams. That's certainly been an emphasis, a point of conversation, I would think, and it's showing up today.
Well, I think they answered the bell today. I think you're right. Here comes that decoy.
12 on the clock for Hubbard. The fadeaway left it short, front rim.
Yeah, that was a rescue shot.
Here's Jones, who's been quiet since the first 4 minutes. Stuck on 12.
If you're down 13, you don't. I don't know where you want to take the first look you get. Contested, step back. Do some of this what ACU's doing.
Yep, content to run clock here, and a foul, Razesh.
Yeah.
And it's free throws the rest of the way. Now double bonus on foul number 10.
That's good execution. I think ACU's found a way. I think Hubbard in that little horn set, taking him off the dribble, and then execution out on the perimeter like this. But I'm telling you, if New Mexico State gets back to what they do well, which is rebounding, and there's been an opportunity to it's not like ACU is shooting 60%, but there's opportunities for them.
We talked about the defensive numbers of New Mexico State, which are good. They're top 25 in the country in points per game, field goal percentage, 3-point field goal percentage defensively. But they allow their opponents to get to the charity stripe. Opponents are over 24 attempts a contest.
And ACU's not, they don't set the world on fire at the free throw line, but they are today.
13 of 17 today, it's 77%. Elliott cut off, needs some help. Mullen collects.
Thought he walked.
They'll call a foul, and that will get Mullen to the line.
Bet on Hubbard.
Yep, call Braden. Yeah. So Braden now with 3. He and Scott, Hill, and Wright all with 3 fouls. Mullen hit back-to-back threes in the first half. A little scoring run for the Aggies.
Now, if you look at the lineup that ACU has, look at the lineup. They're switching 1 through 5. We have a technical.
I believe we do. A technical foul here on ACU.
Technical foul has been assigned to number 15, Braden Hubbard.
Well, that'll be his 4th foul.
Yeah, Hubbard picks up a technical foul. A technical, also a personal, so personal foul number 4. As you can see Braden right here, a couple words right there to Mullen, and there's the technical foul. That's a coachable moment here,
Yeah.
Coach. You're up 13, 6 minutes to go.
Composure.
Composure, exactly. Because that's extra points and now extra possession for the Aggies.
Yeah, let the scoreboard do your talking.
Yeah.
Success can be your noise if you'll work hard.
Mullen is tied as season high with the free throw. Can the Aggies string together defensive stops down by 11?
Okay, now execution if you're the Wildcats. Milk the clock. You have the shot clock. Jump ball that's not even going to bother you.
It's under 10 as Smith a touch. Entry pass. Van Zandt on the baseline. Drop step, blocked out of bounds.
3 seconds.
3 to work with.
You have a 3-second inbound play to score.
It's on the first pass or second, I'll tell you that much.
First pass.
Newton curls, misses on the baseline. Extra shot clock.
There you go. Milk it now if you're ACU. Milk it.
Entry pass, Scott on the pick and roll. Lost his footing and travels with the basketball.
Well, I don't have anything to say about that. You got to have a wide base. You shouldn't fall down like that. You're getting bumped around pretty good as it is.
Jones with a screen in a lane, blocked from behind. A foul on Van Zandt.
Yeah.
The first time in a while we've seen a set play here for Jones.
Now this all started on a technical foul.
Hubbard down on the end of the bench. Conversation with Brett Tanner. Brett none too happy with that decision there by Hubbard.
Well, it's his locker room. You know, that's the biggest thing right there. That locker room belongs to Hubbard.
Light pressure eats
Yeah.
portion of the shot clock. Newton will set up the half-court look. So we'll go under 5 on this possession. ACU the 10-point lead.
Now you got to stay aggressive if you're Abilene Christian, because New Mexico State they're in aggressive mode.
Scott with a spin through a double team. Too strong the first time, not the second.
That is a nice 6'9" move. Really, really nice. Good answer.
The junior from Baltimore, 6.5 a game. Second bucket today.
That Van Zandt, you don't want to reach on this one.
Pick and roll, Egway got it to go.
Good execution.
Yep, good look by Elliott on the pick and roll.
If I'm Coach Hooten, I'm going, now where was that when we were in our drought? That's a real good execution, though, and you're not contested on the shot.
Smith with a screen, skip pass, Jones a deflection into the hands of Elliott. Chance to get within single digits. Elliott attacks, misses but draws the foul. free throws for the Aggies.
Arizona.
Tough stretch.
Yeah.
We mentioned 4 teams in the Big 12 still undefeated. Arizona is one of those.
Well, the Big 12 is a basketball league, is it not?
It is pretty impressive. They're in the Big 12 this year. It's down to 8 after 2 free throws.
At some point, this pressure that's token is not going to be token. Yep. ACU has a shot clock and 2 timeouts left, so they've plenty of time.
Coach Tanner gets Braden Hubbard back on the floor, even with 4 fouls. He'll go to work, stripped out of his hands.
Plenty of time.
Wright has it, 5 on the clock. Newton, crossover 3,
wow,
big
what
time
an answer.
shot.
He has had the answer today, has he not?
See Bo Newton. He's got 15. New season high in a Wildcat uniform. Pretty shot.
Oh, wow, that and a contested pretty shot.
I think the officials are going to take a look, see whether that was a 2 or a 3, maybe.
Basket, 3-pointer.
And that is the look on the far side. Our first review today was to see if there was a foot on the line, 2 or a 3.
Well, either way, it's an answer. Now, let's see.
After review, the call stands 3.
That's behind the line. That's
Yeah, now if you're New Mexico State, referee said they had a bad angle. That's not a good thing for a referee to say, because he can always bail himself out. By the time I didn't see it. You're down to trips now, Andy.
Yep.
If you're New Mexico State, it's not about the scoreboard. It's about trips. You're going to have to create some trips. You have to be smart. You're going to have to score 70–80% of the time now when the ball's in your hand. But you can't milk the clock. You have to value every possession, like you pointed out at the beginning of the game.
Jones goes to work on Vincent, gets 1 to go. He's up to 15.
Yeah.
This narrative's similar to what we saw Tuesday at Pepperdine. Wildcats led by as many as 21, but saw Pepperdine pull back within 6 there in the second half.
Well, now you got to be aggressive. I'm sorry.
Coaching staff of ACU was worried about some questionable shots and decision-making on the offensive end. We haven't seen that yet today, and again, the Wildcats have led throughout this second half. Hubbard a 3, right side. Fight for the rebound. They'll call Scott over the back.
Yeah.
And now a chance for points with the clock stopped for New Mexico State.
That was another thing I was going to point out. But if you can score, if you're behind and you're running uphill, if you can score when the clock's not running, that's primo.
Aggies have been to the line 26 times today, 21 of 26. It's really what's kept them in the game today. Shooting just 36%. Mims will rattle that one home. Warnaker back in here for Scott. Scott with 4 fouls.
Now let's watch and see if New Mexico State changes up their pressure. It's been token, full court. We're going to find out if they're going to double the first or second pass.
Down to 7 with 2.5 to go. Wildcats able to break the press this time. 20 to work with in the half court. Two-man game right side of the floor. Horniker on a lob. Poked out of his hands, a late whistle on Elliott.
Yeah, that's good execution. I was just getting ready to say ACU, we're at the 2-minute mark. They probably need 2 more possessions where they score. On the other hand, New Mexico State needs they need 4 or 5 possessions where they will have to definitely score. And you don't want to give up free throws.
Horniker's second trip to the line today, 1 for 2 the first time. 50% shooter on the young season from the charity stripe.
Doesn't get there too often.
And just on the year, just 4 for 8. 3 for 4 today, and the lead back up to 9.
Yeah. Scott back in the game. Good substitutions. A lot more athletic than Cade Horniker.
Yep. Scott with 4 fouls. Hubbard also with 4 fouls. Will the Aggies attack?
They're going to double him up.
Jones gets loose, left side. Vincent pokes it away, but a whistle and a foul. Brett Tanner calling for an illegal screen, yelling for an illegal screen. Vincent the foul, his 4th.
Yeah. I think I know what the game plan is if I'm New Mexico State, to get the ball in Jones' hands. Yeah.
In 10 of the first 12 today. Was stuck on 12 for 20, 25 minutes of game time. He's started to become active here in the last few minutes.
He's going to bookend it.
2 free throws give him 19. And just about 3 weeks away from triple round robin WAC play. Everybody will play everybody 3 times this year. 7 teams in the league, 6 opponents 3 times, the 18-game schedule. Crazy to think there's only 6 scouting reports that you have to worry about for a 2-month period. Shot clock under 10.
Plenty of time. He's been hot.
Newton, the leading scorer today. Add 2 more.
Wow.
Clutch from the free throw line.
That might have done it right there. Because now you have to come up with some threes if you're New Mexico State.
Newton, a season high 17. Seconds ticking away on this possession. 3 in the corner, up and good.
Good answer.
Clutch shot by Pickens.
Oh, yeah, great shot by Pickens.
It's a 2-possession game with 1:07 left. ACU led by 8 at the half. New Mexico State pulled within 3 early in the second half. That's the closest they've been.
Okay, now, Andy, if you're coaching this, all you have to do is hit free throws. They're going to have to foul you. You don't have to shoot. You don't have to put up a shot.
As we go under a minute.
They will foul you.
Aggies content to play this possession out, down 6. 10 on the clock. Hubbard with 5. Works on Mullen. Extra shot clock. Smith will go ahead and finish it off. Yeah. Huge shot on an offensive rebound. You said it. Rebound, rebound, rebound.
Rebound. Yeah, both benches right now have to do that.
Had a chance here, either run clock, but decides this is 2 easy points. Let's make it a 3-possession game again. Smith is up to 8. 4 in double figures for the Wildcats. Newton again with 17. Hubbard with 16. Rivera with 11. Vincent with 10. For the Aggies, Jones has 19. Mullen with 10. Mims also with 10. ACU still shooting 50% today. 25 of 50 from the field.
You know, this is for Smith is the MVP when you get inside a 1 minute, 2 minute. He's not a threat to score. Everybody knows that. But what he is you're not going to take the ball from him ever, and I don't think. But he can't shoot free throws, and he is so dangerous at that. He doesn't have to be a scorer. He has to be a free throw shooter.
Well, New Mexico State again, top 10 in the country in 3-point field goal percentage. ACU is 8 for 17 today from 3.
Yeah. Newton draws a foul fouled right there. He did foul. Just back off of him. That's why I'm saying you want to play him 3 feet, make him reverse dribble. Don't let him straight line dribble.
Missed free throw at the line. Haven't been many of those today. Just the 6th miss, 25 of 31. But that one comes at a crucial moment. It will stay a 3-possession game.
Now they're going to have to block out here. Now get on them full court, get in their pocket. Uh-oh.
Newton left alone.
Pull it out.
Pass.
There you go.
And there's the foul on Smith.
Now, that's why I'm saying Smith, he's a free throw shooter now. He doesn't have to be a scorer.
Julius Mims, the foul, his 5th. His day will come to an end. 10 points, 4 rebounds. 23 minutes of play.
You know, Jason Hooten, that guy is one heck of a basketball coach. And he's milking this timeout for all it's worth right here. There's not much he can do. They'll step back, they'll rebound, they'll regroup.
He'll put in Chris Terrell. He'll put in an extra guard here, needing 3-pointers down the stretch. Smith, 1 point away now from becoming the 5th Wildcat in double figures. 5 in double figures with 75 points.
That's pretty good.
You're going to win a lot of basketball games.
Against New Mexico State, that's real good.
His 3rd time with 10 points this year. He's tied a season high. Wildcats with wins versus the American Conference, a win versus the West Coast Conference, and closing in on a win versus Conference USA. Jones, a lot of contact. A foul, and Jones back to the line.
Well,
I thought it might have been his own player who ran into him.
I didn't see it, but, you know, that's why I sit over here.
Braden Hubbard has fouled out with the foul there, if you include the technical foul, and that got him to his 5th personal.
Just that conversation Tanner was having with him when he came off. You know what they were talking about? He says, "Do you want cheese on your hamburger?" After the game. We're having hamburgers, fellas.
At this point, looked like celebratory.
Yeah.
Hamburgers. One more possession here for the Aggies, as that's off of right. Your takeaways today, great win for the Wildcats.
Oh, yeah. I just think that what did you say? They shot 50%?
Yep.
That's the game right there. They don't normally do that, but they did it against a really good team, and it's going to be a feel-good dressing room going into play Arizona.
As Mullen, chance for a 3-point play.
Now, if you're New Mexico State, it's probably time to step back a little bit. Don't panic. They've been in well, obviously they're 6-1, going to be 6-2. They've been in every game, even the game that they lost by 2. And they've got some quality wins beating New Mexico. New Mexico State's not a real big fan of New Mexico, the Lobos.
Vincent, the foul, he is also fouled out today. Finished with 10 points. Great start for Vincent today. He got the offense going and settled the Wildcats in offensively. A timeout here for Coach Jason Hooten. He's going to coach it all the way through. It's still 14.8 left and back to a 2-possession game.
Well, you got to pick out in this dressing room, in this huddle over here with New Mexico State. We have to see who's going to be the 5 for ACU. Figure out who we're going to foul.
Yep.
Foul immediately. Start creating trips. The ball possession arrow is for ACU. So, heck, if I'm ACU, throw it into me and then hand the ball over to them and tie it up, and then inbound it again and milk the clock.
Hey, coming up here at the end, we will have the player of the game. We'll also have our final analysis from Daisy and Josiah. They're figuring it out upstairs. Part of this great ACU TV crew taking care of us all day long here today. It's going to be hard to choose with 5 in double figures for the Wildcats. Roman will have our player of the game here courtside for an interview here at the end of this one. So here for the Wildcats one more time. If they can get this inbounded, get to the free throw line, one free throw will make it a 3-possession game.
Andy, you've got a 7-foot kid out there. If you'll throw the ball up to his left hand, there it is.
Yep, just a lob pass.
Lob it to him.
Smith on the baseline. Into Rivera, and a foul by Pickens.
Quick foul, good foul. Someone up there hollering that was intentional. You know, yes, it was. wasn't flagrant.
Yeah. Yeah, this part of the game, a little more forgiveness.
You want grace? We've got it.
So Rivera has backed up his 14-point game on Tuesday with now 12 here today in a 3-possession game with 13.6 left. And on the road for the Wildcats the rest of the month of December at Arizona. 10 days away. They'll get through final exams this next week and be at Arizona Tuesday the 16th, at BYU Friday the 19th, at Texas Southern on Monday the 22nd. Take the holiday break off back here at Moody Coliseum on New Year's Day. Jones long on the 3. Elliott one more shot here in the final seconds. And the Wildcats, an impressive 40 minutes on the home floor. They stay undefeated at Moody Coliseum.